Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning to all of you. How are you all doing? Great too? Good? That's very great. Yes, I'm also good. Alhamdulillah. Thank you and welcome to your numeracy class. So in today's class, what we will be learning, the topic is very interesting. We will be starting with a new topic and the topic name is capacity. Okay. So tell me how many of you have heard this term before? Yes. Okay. Wonderful. So, can you please explain me that where you have heard this term or in what scenarios? Wonderful, excellent. Okay, so it would be easier for you to understand it now as well, right? Okay. So, anyone else? Anyone else wants to add something? Okay, so we will learn it together, not an issue. Tell me what was the unit we were discussing in the last week? Yes, what is the name of the unit that we are discussing? It's about measurements, right? We started with the measurement of length, that what is the length, how we can measure length, what is the standard unit to measure length, right? What are the instruments that we use to measure length, right? Then we shift to the weight of the objects. Weight basically tells us that. Wonderful. And then we talked about the weighing objects. We talked about the unit, the standard unit to measure the weight. It basically tells us that how heavy an object is, right? Now we are done with the length and weight. Now today's class we will talk about the capacity of something. Now what capacity is basically, so I'll explain this to you with the help of an example. Let me show you that. Over here I have a glass and a bowl, okay, and this glass is filled with water, right? Now if I pour this water into this bowl, see, when this water was in the glass, it was not that much filled, right? This much portion was empty. When I have poured this water into the bowl is almost full. This means that this glass has more capacity to hold water than this bowl. Got it? Now see, if you look at this, the size of the bowl is not very small, and by looking at both of them, the sizes look somehow similar, right? That they can hold the similar amount of thing. Similarly, if I talk about the bigger glass, let's say, now look at this glass. Now this is a bigger one, right? In comparison to this, if we talk about this one, this is bigger. Now let's say if I pour this water, the water which is in the bowl into this glass, let me pour this carefully. Okay. Now see, this much area is still empty in the glass, right? But when this water was in the bowl was almost full. And similarly, when it was in this small glass, it was also filled. Let's pour this again. See, this is filled. But when we pour it in this bigger glass, this much area is still left. This means that if we talk about both of these glasses, this glass has more capacity to hold water. Similarly, if we talk about both of them, again, this glass has more capacity to hold the amount of water. And if we talk about the smaller glass and this bowl, so this bowl has more capacity to hold the amount of water. Now, at the word that I'm using again and again, that capacity, what capacity is? So capacity is the total amount of fluid that can be contained in a container. Let's say you have any container. How much, what is the total amount of fluid that container can hold, that container can contain, is the capacity of that thing, okay? As I have shown you three things. Similarly, if we talk about a bucket or a small mug, similarly, if we talk about a glass and a bucket, if we talk about a bathing tub and a bucket, so all of these have different capacities to hold the fluid. Let's say, if we talk about the water, a bucket has low capacity to hold the water as compared to the bathing tub, right? Why? Because the bathing tub is bigger in size, so it can hold more amount of item more amount of fluid rather than the bucket. Similarly, as I have shown you now, it was not possible for me to show you the bucket and the mug, so I tried with these small things that I showed you, the small glass and the bigger one and a bowl. And we have learned that what is capacity. So capacity basically is, let's say when I say that this bowl has more capacity, this means that this bowl can hold more fluid in it as compared to the glass. This is known as capacity. Okay, now before moving forward, I'm going to share the screen with you. There is this interesting video related to capacity. Let's watch it together and then we will discuss it further. Okay.
Capacity or volume. What is it? It's the amount of liquid or anything that's inside a container. Like this container is of 1 liter, but it has only 500 milliliters in it. Oh, what is this? Oh, this is a jar. Jar of jam. It has 350 milliliters inside it. How do we measure capacity? It's through these instruments like jars, tubes that has numbers and indications on it that tells us how much water or the product is inside. Like some bottles say that they have a 1 liter capacity in it, and some are big bottles. They say that they have 2 liters capacity in it. This is how you measure capacity and volume.
Okay, lovely. So see, they have shown you, explained you this all with the help of different pictures, with the help of different objects, that what are their sizes and how much capacity they have, how much fluid they can hold in themselves, right? Okay, now I want all of you to please open your book page number 84. This is page number 84. And the topic is capacity. So we are already done with the introduction, right? That what capacity is. So far, we all of you know that capacity is basically the amount of fluid that a container can hold. And if we talk about this word, it is the word we use when we are measuring liquids, right? We don't talk about the capacity of solids. We don't talk about the capacity of gases. So it is the word we use when we talk about liquids, all types of fluids. Let's say oil, we have water, we have juices. So how much capacity, the capacity word is used to measure the liquids. Let's say we might say that what is the capacity of the liquid in that cup, right? So to which an answer could be that the standard measure of liquids is liters, and the standard measure in which we measure it is in liters, or for smaller measures we use milliliters. So like we, when we were discussing length, I show tell you that the standard measure is meter, but when we are talking about the smaller measure, we use a smaller unit, that is centimeter, right? So similarly, the standard unit to measure the liquid is liter, and it is shown by the small l. But if we have the smaller measures, we can measure it in milliliters as well, right? Okay, now in your book, we are already done with this starting activity, that we are supposed to take different jars and we were supposed to pour water from one into another and understand that what capacity is. Now let's move forward. It says that get a bucket, a jar, and a mug. Now you can do this activity at your home, that going to the washroom, you will be having a mug and a bucket over there easily. Take a jar of something. Now, what you are supposed to do, using a cup as a measure, find the number of cupfuls of water needed to fill each container. You will take a small cup to fill that. First, fill the jar with the help of that cup, then fill the mug, and then with the bucket. And then note down that how many cups you were needing to fill all of those things, right? And then you will write them over here. Cupfuls or bowlfuls, you can use a bowl or a cup, and then you are supposed to tell that how many numbers you were needing for that. So it's an interesting activity that you will be doing at your home. And we have already learned that the unit that we use to measure the liquid is liter, right? So it is written as this small l. This is liter. And for the smaller measures, we use milliliter. This is, sorry, milliliter. Okay. For smaller measures, we write ml, and for the bigger measures, we write small l, which is for liters. And if we talk about that, how many milliliters do we have in 1 liter? So 1 liter has 1,000 milliliters. Got it? Okay. Now it is giving you an information at the end of the page. It says that when the label of a bottle of a juice says 500 milliliter, it means that the bottle can hold 500 milliliter of juice when full. Let's say you bought a juice from the market, and it says that it has 500 milliliter juice. This means that this particular box or the jar or the bottle have the capacity to hold 500 milliliter of liquid, right? Now it does not mean that it can hold only juice. You can pour water in it, you can pour tea in it, milk in it. So everything would be of 500. Now, what is your home assignment? That you will be collecting the different boxes of juices, milk, and different bottles of that, and then note down that how many capacity all of them have to measure or hold that liquid. Okay. And then let me know that, and show it to me. Bring all of them in tomorrow's class, and then show it to me that what are the boxes and how much capacity do they have. Hope you guys enjoyed the lecture. Do share this video with others because it's free learning. I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Take care. Allah Hafiz.